Welcome back, peoples. Now, today we got two new episodes of Naruto Shippuden, and these are some big episodes because this is the final fight. Basically, this is Naruto versus Sasuke fight. This is something that I've been looking forward to. This is something that everyone's been looking forward to for years because we knew about this for years already. Come on now. Um, for me, I'm a for sure, this is just gonna be my thoughts on the whole episode because I already saw it, and it's just crazy because Naruto Shippuden. I mean, I've been following Naruto since 2008, 2007. Since 2007, I've been following Naruto. It's just like how Bleach and One Piece is, because 2007 was when I got into when I got access to the internet more. But yeah, it's just crazy though. My first time checking out Naruto was back in 2005, 2004, 2005, because that's when it came on Cartoon Network, and it's just crazy. So how much time has passed since I first saw it to up to this point, and it's already at the end. But honestly, I really love this episode. I love these last two episodes that we just saw. More the later episode right now, because we saw the conclusion, or we saw the end part. But I just had to say, just breaking down some scenes in the episodes. One scene that I liked is, and it was oh man, it's hard for me. So much emotion was coming through me when I was watching the episodes because it's the end, but then it's just you've been following these characters for so many years and for a long time. Uh, but in all, the fight was amazing. Naruto and Sasuke, they're basically, you could just say they're gods or something at that point. And I like how their fight went from freaking top tier god level shinobi ninjas. I mean, they're fighting using their jutsus. It's freaking insane. And then that was like the first half. The second half of the fight, it's just normal. No, I'll put these in three areas. We have the godlike fight. Then we had the little bit of jutsu fight where it's just basic little jutsus. And then we go into just out of chakra, out of energy, just bring on, just fighting. It's taijutsu fighting, but nothing like no ninja stuff. It's just fight, fist fight basically. So out of everything, I like the end part of it the most because you can see the emotion and just what was going on, like everything that was going on at that moment. Like you could see what's going through their heads because we already know the end game between Naruto and Sasuke. And don't worry, I'm not spoiling nothing unless you already been spoiled. But I'm not gonna talk about what happened after or before. I'm just talking about this one episode. So just check out the episode if you haven't. I saw mine on Hulu. I have Hulu subscription, so I saw both episodes on Hulu. But freaking, it's amazing. So okay, if I had to say anything, I just have to talk about like the later part of the last episode, where after they did all their powers and they're just falling at the Valley of the End. And that's another thing. I like how they went back to the Valley of the End. I think that's what it's called, because it's just going back to the first episode, the first series where Naruto and Sasuke fight, and it's just amazing how this is a big, like, it's a main turning point because you have the two statues there. And if you watch the series, like if you watch the end game where they're in the war, you find out how the Valley of the End was created, which is even more crazy how it was how it is. But just to see that it gets destroyed, and just seeing that it used to be a big river, waterfall and everything, at the end it's just nothing. There's no more, there's just a little bit of water, but everything's gone. Like it's just a little puddle of water where it's just barely covering your foot. And it's just crazy for that to be pointed out. But it's just awesome, man. Like you could see, because this is a battle where neither side could lose, because you have Naruto's principles and you have Sasuke's principles, and if one falls, then the world's gonna be changed, basically. And it's just It's crazy. One part I like was you have Naruto and Sasuke just fighting. This was after they fall down and they ran out of chakra. I like how they're just doing the fighting, just the straight up taijutsu fist fighting, and it's how should I say, choreographed or something? I don't know. The way they have it set up is you can see that after each hit, like, you know, as they continue on, they're getting tired and tired, and you can see it in their faces. I mean, they get beat up, and you could see it because, like, say during the whole Naruto series, from the kids to up to now, you did not see that much detail and that much like anguish you see in their faces, like Naruto for instance, because there's one scene where like you could see how should I put it, you can see them getting tired because they've been fighting for it. I don't know how long it's been in the Naruto world, how like, because you have to imagine like Naruto's been trained, like before the war Naruto was training with Killer Bee, and then, you know, he goes into the war, so he haven't rested out at all for that time. And I can't tell how much time it's been, a couple of days since he's been doing this. But the thing is that you see him going at Sasuke, and Sasuke at the same time he got his Chidori, and then they don't say nothing, they're just fighting, but you could read what's going on. Freaking Sasuke looks at his arm and his Chidori disappears. He ran out of chakra, like he's losing power, like he's tired. And at the same time you see Naruto run into him, he creates his Rasengan, and he could totally hit him with it, but his legs gave out, and like it gives out and he just falls to the ground, you know, and he loses the Rasengan because it hits the floor. But like, point in case right there, there's a deeper meaning that they're tired. And like, I saw this episode this morning, and I'm making this video late already. But another fun thing is I like seeing people's reaction over the episode and just seeing their thoughts, and like, you know, each person to their own. It's just that I wonder, because they're just doing something, like they're making this reaction to make it fun, so you don't know if it's a genuine reaction or not, genuine or anything. But what I was seeing is they all laughed when Naruto failed, and like, you know, okay, yeah, but it's just the way you see it. For me, I see things a lot differently compared to others, so I just see he failed, and like, it just shows that they're getting tired and everything. But that's just a different discussion about the whole reaction stuff. But enough of that though. Another awesome scene is that they're straight up hitting each other. It's insane, and you can just see it, you know. Going back to where they're showing their face, like bruises and everything, it's really detailed. It's freaking amazing, and I don't think you see that at all in the whole series. But there's that, and then after all of that's going on, they're just, it goes like, you know, you see time passing in the fight, because we don't get exact how much time's been going, but you see that it starts the sunset, so some time has passed. We don't know how much, because it wasn't like that at the beginning of the fight, so it's starting to turn dark. And you just see it's an awesome shot. You see the Valley of the End, because whenever they like show or anything about Valley of the End, the main thing is they show the waterfall with the two statues, and they do the same thing when, you know, it goes back to Naruto and Sasuke. And it's crazy because normally you would see the two statues, you see that waterfall, and then, you know, water. But because of Naruto and Sasuke's fight, all you see is the two statues. The heads are gone. They got blown off. There's no waterfall. It's just basically, you could just say it's just a cliff now. A mountain cliff with just barely a little bit of dripping water. And then down there at the bottom, instead of having a big river, it's Naruto and Sasuke in a ravine with just enough water just to cover their feet. And that's just, it's just crazy. That's like a detail where people don't really pay attention. It's just it's amazing. But it's cool how they did that, because right now that place is just completely, it's not gonna be the same at all no more. Another cool thing is the scene, like going back to that scene right there, what I was talking about, where everything's destroyed and just right there where the river should be. I like how they, like, it's simple, like it's just a simple like you can see their silhouettes, like, you know, it's not really detailed, but you see their silhouettes and they're just fighting, and like, you know, the camera's way in the distance and it's slowly going closer to them, but you're still real far away, and they're just fighting, and they're at to the point of exhaustion. They can't really do nothing because they punch, they fall, and you know they can't keep themselves up. And I find that really amazing how they did that, because I was just looking through it. I was rewatching that scene after I saw it. That they're just punching, freaking. Naruto punches Sasuke. Sasuke falls back. Naruto falls forward because he can't hold himself when he swings. And there was one part where Naruto, he's just right there. He's just hovering over Sasuke like he's gonna go at him, and I giggled, I laughed a little because Sasuke, he lifts his foot up and he just barely taps him in the chest and just pushes Naruto back, and it was just that one part was a little funny right there, but it was an amazing scene. I like how that he did that, and you know, just continue on, and from that scene on, you see that Sasuke gets his able to absorb energy, because it's not just Sasuke versus Naruto, it's Sasuke versus Naruto and Dark Kurama. And the thing about that is, you know, you have Kurama and backside, like in Naruto, absorbing natural energy, or you know, absorbing energy to give to Naruto, and that's when Sasuke managed to absorb some of that energy that Kurama got, and able to use his jutsu. And another cool thing was the aspect of he stole Naruto's energy chakra, and then he bouts to kill Naruto with Chidori. And you find another detail where, yes, Sasuke got chakra again, and he activates his Sharingan, and he used the Chidori. But a little cool tidbit they put into was when he's going for the Chidori, because his main deal is the Chidori. All his energy is going to the Chidori. His freaking Sharingan just shuts off, and that gives Naruto enough time to counter it and uppercuts him, and he goes flying. And that's a really cool detail. Even Kurama acknowledges it, you know, after that scene. In case no one saw it, like, you know, saw it, they made sure that they explained it a little bit on there. So I thought that was an awesome scene. It's freaking amazing. And going to the very end, now I'll say the last clash, you know what I'm talking about when you see it. I find that that's the most beautiful scene I have ever seen, and it's just simple. It's just simple because that one scene just brought tears to my eyes a little. Because before we get into that scene, I just want to point out one more thing. I realized, because they're gonna before they go into that final clash, Naruto, he's talking to Kurama, or he's not talking to him, but Kurama's telling him, look, this is all I have, and then I'm gonna go to sleep afterwards because I gave you all my energy. And Naruto, you know, you should know by now what the fist bump means. You know, when you do the fist bump, he lifts his hands up and he's waiting for Kurama, and Kurama's just looking and says, oh, okay. And they do the fist bump. It's a real powerful scene to me, because I'm not sure, y'all need to correct me, because I can't recall. You have to remember, this is Dark Kurama. Naruto's Kurama that was with him since he was a baby, he was absorbed, so he's gone right now. This is the Kurama that was with Minato. So when they fist bump, I found out even better, because this is the first time they actually did that, and like, you know, personally between them two, and it, like, you know, puts some more meaning to the flashback we saw after they did it. It goes back to where Naruto's talking to Kurama, saying that I'm gonna bring Sasuke back, and after I do that, I'm gonna find that hatred that's in you. And that was, you know, Naruto's Kurama, the light one, I'm guessing. But he's telling them, I'm gonna get that hatred that's in you and take it out. And I'm guessing that's the point to where the Kurama that was with Naruto started. That's when they became friends right there. That's the turning point for Kurama. And I like how they put that in there And then after they showed the scene, it goes back to Dark Kurama because he sees it because when you fist bump, the memories, everything they go into each other. So that's how when Kurama sees that scene in his head, and he sees, okay, so this is how his other half befriended Naruto from that point. And then he's doing the same thing, because Naruto could become he become friends with anyone, regardless if they're bad guys or not. He could actually turn you over, and that was just amazing scene right there. Like, I mean, I don't think anyone acknowledge. Like, I don't. I'm guessing people that acknowledge it, they just don't point it out. But for me, I'm just pointing that out right there because that's just what I thought right there. And now going into the last clash, the scene that got me all teary-eyed. Oh my god, man, it's amazing because this is it. This is it. This is what's gonna decide the fate of the world. This last clash. And the animation is just beautiful because I'm not really minding animation wise. It's just I like how they did it because you see Naruto and Sasuke, they're going at each other. Sasuke's coming down, Naruto's going towards him up. And like, you don't realize, you probably don't realize it, but Naruto, he apparently learns how to do the Rasengan by himself without the deal, because throughout the episode you see him creating a Rasengan without no problem. But this last Rasengan he does at the end, it signifies something even more. And this is just when oh my god, it just made me emotional because when he's going at him, let me use this hand because you can see it. When he's going at him with his Rasengan, like, his hand, he's gonna create the Rasengan. It's like, it's, I don't think they even did in the manga, so I have to give the animators props for it. If you know what the Rasengan is just a ball of energy. What we saw was, we see the hand of Jiraiya touching down on Naruto's hand, or just going onto his hand and starting up the Rasengan for him. And that's just deep right there because Jiraiya is the one that taught Naruto that technique, and Jiraiya is basically Naruto's godfather, and it's just insane, like, because like, you see all the people that wasn't part of Naruto's life, and just seeing Jiraiya, like, because you haven't seen him since, way back at the beginning of, like, in the middle of Shippuden, you don't see him, but it's just crazy because oh man, just seeing Jiraiya's freaking hands, and it's not just that, he starts the Rasengan, and honestly, if you don't really know anything about Naruto or something, like, for me, I know a lot about Naruto. I like how, like, it signifies all the people that he met, because not just Jiraiya's hand, which is really significant for my opinion. You see everyone hand, because after Jiraiya, you see all of his friends, like Kiba, Neji, and all them, all their hands. And then you go into the Kages, and then you go into, like, Kakashi, and Sakura is the last one that does it. But I like how they position it, because the way you create the Rasengan is you have to rotate the wind energy, the chakra energy, and it's just like a circle, like this. And I like how they did it. You have Jiraiya at the top, and then you have everyone just putting, like, all the positions, and it's just really amazing. And he just goes in like that, and I just love that scene. And now after that, I just like right before they clash, it's just memories from the kid to the adult. So in both sides you see Naruto as the child Naruto. Before Ninja, he's like, let's just put age 5. Shows him like that with the goggles. Let's call him Goggle Naruto, because you only see him wearing goggles for like 2 episodes at the very beginning. You see him there going with the Rasengan. Then it goes into Naruto as a kid, with the orange jumpsuit and everything. And then we go to the Kyuubi cloak, the Nine-Tails cloak Naruto, which I have to say that was the best looking Nine-Tail cloak Naruto I have ever seen. They really detailed that. It's really amazing. It was sharp. It was amazing. And then we go into Shippuden, how he looked right there, at the beginning of Shippuden, like how he normally looked. Then it goes to him as his current self, all beat up. And same thing with Sasuke. You see him as Kid Sasuke. You see him as Ninja Sasuke, and then you see him as the Shippuden Sasuke at the beginning, and up to the point where he is all hurt, and then they just boom, they clashed. And the other thing that's significant at the end of everything is, like, for the, I'll say for the whole, how should I call, like, the generation deal, because I'm just saying generation because that should mean something, because Naruto, Sasuke, then the the past people, and then the very past people that evolves the stages of six past. I'm trying to say stuff that doesn't spoil anything. Oh my god, I think I already spoiled a little bit of stuff anyways. But yeah, it's generational, because there was Naruto and Sasuke, and there's people in the past that's just like them, and seeing that final shot, the valley in the end, seeing the statues getting destroyed, and the big light, and then what do you see after the whole energy ball was created? It just turns black, and then it just says Naruto and Sasuke, and then it just ends. I have to say, man, that was an amazing episode. It was really deep cut and everything. I mean, it's a good show for people who like, if people don't like, it's a great fight for people just to watch. They don't know nothing about Naruto, but it's a really entertaining fight, and it's a real deep fight. And it's hard, like, it's hard to compare it, like something like how they were fighting, especially the scene where they really were just beating each other up. Like, one of them lost a tooth. I think it was Naruto that lost a tooth, and during that scene, like, it was just amazing. And I don't remember anime ever doing something like that. I mean, anime have their fights were like that, but I can't recall one that shows them exhausted to that point, just going. The only one, I already mentioned it earlier, was Scride or Scride. It's the one where they have the, oh man, it's been so many years. But like, it's the one that has this. They have those supernatural powers. The main character has the shell bullet, and then the other one has like their familiar or something. But I just, like, it reminded me, it parallels that fight, because if you ever seen Cried, just watch the second last episode or the last episode, and you'll see it. They go all crazy with their unimaginable power. They get so tired, they fall to the ground, and then at the end, they just go punching, messing each other up. They even go to a point to where they just throw sand in their guy's face. It's just freaking insane. But that what reminded me when I was watching this Naruto fight, which it doesn't, there's nothing to knock down. I mean, it's amazing. But yeah, those are my thoughts about Naruto. This episode right here, and I'm sorry that I don't make episodes like videos like this, because I'm a type of, like, my channel's about anime and stuff. It's just I never go around making anything newsworthy about, like, I still have to do my Bleach deal. But I just want to go ahead and do this one because it's still in the head, and I'm already, like, say I'm going through the same thing I'm dealing with Bleach, and Bleach is a different deal because so much time has passed since that ended compared to right here. So I have a better understanding just talking about what I think about Bleach. But that'll be another video. This is just Naruto right here, and I'm gonna be sad when this ends, or this chapter ends. I'm talking about how this story of Naruto ends, because we might get something new in the future. But it's just crazy, and it's hard because, like, I already experienced this already a couple times, like with Dragon Ball Z. Just some on top of my head, Dragon Ball Z, because even though we got Dragon Ball Z Super, it's crazy because Dragon Ball Z did end it for me years ago, because after the Buu saga and everything, and then GT, it ended. We were just coming back with Kai and everything, but it's just a remastered version of it. But it's crazy because that ended and I was sad, and then now, like, Naruto's ended and I'm sad. Bleach ended, I was sad. I'm gonna be feeling the same way in One Piece. But the reason I'm pointing these out is because these were big, significant series that expanded for years. I mean, Dragon Ball Z was something that I expanded for my childhood up to when it ended, because Dragon Ball Z was like one of the first anime I ever watched. Like say S Cried, because I mentioned it before. It's not a real big series, but it was a series that I watched on Adult Swim. Tsunami, no, it was Adult Swim that it came on, and that was just what 25 episodes, and I really enjoyed that show. And it ended, and it wasn't much of an emotional thing because it only showed for it just showed for just a small amount of time, for like a year or so. And like it's like for Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, those suspended years. Like say another thing, like My Hero Academia, that show, like that was an emotional show for me. I mean, scenes up there got me emotional because it was so good. If you haven't seen that, you need to check that out. But like it's big. It's still continuing. We got another season coming up, season 2, but 12 episodes. You see it. Oh, it's over, but we still got more. So I don't know. I don't know how many years we're gonna have of that, but it's just crazy. I guess it just depends on how you see stuff, in anime wise. It's just I guess because I grew up with Naruto, Bleach, Dragon Ball Z, and all that, it was a much bigger thing. But yeah, and plus I was young when those started. I was just a kid when those started. Now that I'm an adult, seeing like My Hero Academia now, and it's not much of an emotional attachment because I'm an adult. I think that's the main thing. It's because we've grown up, and like just going back to all that, it's just insane. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. These are just my thoughts, the common stuff that's in my head, and how I saw the episode and everything. And I'm really happy seeing it. I like how they did it because I wasn't spoiled or anything. Well, I read the manga, but like a lot of people saw the Naruto Shippuden Ninja Storm fight, and they animated in the game of how that fight looked. I never saw that. I only saw screenshots. I never actually saw the video because I never played the game. A funny thing, I have it in my collection, so I might end up playing it eventually soon, so I could just see how they portrayed it. Because I never saw the fight scene in that, in that deal. But I like seeing it, man. I read the manga. It was amazing how they did on the manga. I have to say they did a real good job with the freaking anime. I like how they added stuff to it and everything. It's just insane. But like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment down below on your thoughts about the episode of what I had to say. If you had the same thoughts or process of what I thought about it, let me know. Share the video like always. That's all I have. So I'll see y'all next time, people. Y'all take care and prepare yourself for the final days of Naruto.